camping in the city is literally dangerous.
If I'm gonna camp in the city, I'm doing it camping with Steve style. I'm gonna find a place that is like hidden. It's got to be like behind a billboard or something.
That's what you guys should have. Honestly.
That would be awesome, but I don't think he would. Don't think we would vibe with him. He's kind of he's a cool ass dude, but he's so much older and kinder. You know what? Richard should start a camping with Steve. Camping with Rich.
I'd be like bougie with it.
Right, he's bougie with it.
I'd be at a beach at least.
He always camps in style, for sure. Like, he's got everything he needs.
Oh, yeah, he's got all the hot cooking equipment.
Day 93 under the dome. With necessities growing dangerously low, who knows what spark will set off this powder keg? I can't take another minute in the stove!
Welcome to the show, Dave.
First of its kind. The first
Thank you.
Anyone.
We're still waiting on our third mic here, but we can just get the ball rolling. Welcome to the greatest comedy freestyle rap podcast on the planet, the universe, the world. Richard, why don't you real quick close that door behind
Close the door, please, Rich.
God
like
damn.
and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Leave a comment. Share this.
And yeah, I guess spoiler alert. That's Richard. He's gonna be on this week. No heavy hitters like Lard.
We needed a palate cleanser.
Yeah, he has more followers than anyone we've had on ever, I think. So we got to have someone with 0 followers, our boy Rich, to really even out the fucking playing field. I'm going to have to pee like 40 times this episode. Just as an FYI, that's going to be happening. But I'm just going to let you guys run with it because
that's the nice thing about it being the boys.
Sorry, I had you turned all the way down, Richard. Can we hear you now?
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, you sound great.
Yeah. Those are large shoes to fill, yo. Like
Lard shoes to fill?
humongous.
That's how.
Yeah, he was lit.
I bought a shirt from him, and that's how he writes large.
Extra large.
In the sizing. It's LARDGE, and I'm like, that's clever. You know, shout out that dude.
That is clever. We're back. Fucking, our table still isn't here. This is the third table that we've tried to order.
It's been We ordered the table 3 weeks ago, and to no success so far.
We've ordered 3 different tables. We've ordered a table that was partially delivered, so they delivered the top. Then we ordered the base of a table, and then the base of the second order was partially delivered. And then I ordered another base that is supposed to be delivered today. I don't have high hopes.
It's weird. I just don't. Why is it so hard to get the base of a fucking table? We have the circular top.
I'm telling you, you gotta make that shit. You gotta make it.
How, Richard?
We're trying to put the pieces together.
I'm telling
Literally
you, take some
and
trash
figuratively.
off the street and refurbish it, and then use it just cut it to size, whatever height you want, and then use it as legs.
We don't have trash on the street that's conveniently there. You know, it would have to be something that I come
There's
across.
literally trash cans. I mean, it's like a little bit robbing the government.
I'm not going through the trash, Richard.
You mean just flipping a trash can upside down and using that as the legs?
Cut it in half and use.
I think
use
we're
the
going
sides.
for a little more class than that.
So just
believe.
a little
But you
bit
could
more
paint
class.
it to whatever color. You know what I mean? They won't even.
I mean,
no one will see it.
Paint the trash can. Yo, it's that damn good-looking man over here, and he's cooking something that's tasty on the podcast dome. What you need from me? Pass the blunt, you see.
Cooking something tasty. I'm wearing pasties, eating frosty. Yeah, you know I'm saucy when I'm spitting on the microphone. I'm so excited to be at home. Yeah, I'm really prone.
I'm prone to have a blunt in my lips when I'm over here and I'm smoking with my friends. That's just how it is in the podcast. It begins. I wasn't ready for the freestyle, but that's how it is. Fuck my ass. I just gotta keep on going. That's just how it is. I just gotta keep on flowing.
Whoa.
But whatever, man. This is the episode of the Dome Show. You already know.
You already know. The freestyle caught me off the floor.
Whatever. They always get better and better as they progress.
The people know.
Yeah. I got nothing, man.
You got nothing?
Yeah, no, I got nothing.
What about you see that alien that they claim to have found?
Yeah. The alien is kind of crazy. Because there's people that are like, it's real. There's some people that are claiming that it's not a hoax.
To me, it seems that any type of alien proof that is found that looks stereotypically the way that we have depicted aliens in movies and cinema is obviously false. Like anytime they find evidence
Hear me out.
of aliens,
Hear him out.
Hear me
okay,
out.
I'm ready.
So, like, normal degradation of bones, like, happens to, and it gets to an extent, and then it looks like bones.
Yeah.
But you don't know what alien bones are made out of. Maybe the degradation accumulates other materials that make it look like an actual mummification thing, like that. So that could be the like underneath it all. Who knows? They have to do more testing. I just need to see more.
So you think it might be real?
Yeah.
There's like scientists who are like, this is a real thing. We've discovered that they've got freaking genetics that we've never seen on this planet. But then there's other people that have some scientific rapport, and they're like, nah, that's all bullshit. Those guys are lying. So I don't know who to believe. I want to believe.
No, I don't believe, because
Is there anything to gain though?
from
them
believing.
No, from them doing this so publicly. Like they're just throwing this out there saying, no, this is real.
Well,
we believe
the
it.
evidence of alien
We're not
life.
getting paid for this.
Evidence
We're
of
not doing-
alien life would throw a lot of people's lives in shamble. Like religious people who believe that they're the only creatures on Earth, that humanity was chosen by God or whatever. They're probably going to be like, oh, wait, if I was wrong about that. then-
Oh, that's a
Jah
good
will have
point.
his way, yo. Religion will always fit the narrative.
Oh, yeah. They'll definitely be like, oh, wait, this right here where it says this, I think they were actually talking about aliens in the text.
No, yeah,
They'll
exactly.
find some way to recontextualize it.
You can
so
just
that-
move the goalpost over and over again.
Yeah,
and then you die. No, it's true. I remember there being moments where one single thing in my belief system, if that had fallen apart, the whole belief system would collapse, because there can't be one hole in a perfect system. The system has to remain perfect. So the moment you find one hole, it's like, all right, well, if this is evidently wrong, then I can't continue to believe the entire thing.
You think
know
these
what's- you know
aliens
what's
have
crazy?
holes?
Oh yeah, they have to defecate somehow, right?
I don't know. The ones that they show look like they're encased in rock.
Hang
Like
on,
you've seen the photos of the. Have you seen the photos, Richard, of the aliens that they have
I
supposedly
haven't
discovered?
seen it. I've seen like just the news photos. Like it's on like pretty much all the news articles.
Well, they kind of look like they've been mummified or something.
Yeah,
It's a little
yeah.
strange.
Yeah, they don't look natural. Like you don't see a being move around like that. It doesn't look like a natural motion.
You're right. It's all stiff. Yo, we got a stiff alien, but thank God aliens exist, and I got a stiffy for the alien. Yeah, you know me, and now the fun begins. Yo, this that solo rap stuff I got. Oh, from the planet of Omega Murder. I'm here, yo, you don't deserve us. I got aliens on the brain again. Yeah, that's how it is. I'm insane again. Yeah, this shit is so lit. These aliens, yeah, they really exist. They teleport all the way from Mars or wherever, man. Yo, I don't know, I got bars. That's just how it is. Driving in my car with an alien on the left of my ass. That's how it is. I drive fast. Yo, I wish that this dude would quit fucking with the camera now so that he could fucking do some bars. Oh, wow,
Yo, I'm sorry that I didn't put a fat ass battery in the cam. Yeah, that's my bad.
Damn.
Bam, bam. When I shoot, yeah, you know I'm about to toot. I'm about to piss. Ooh, you ashed on your shit.
That was a party foul. I'm covered in ashes.
Dude, I thought I did everything perfectly, but I forgot to put a fresh battery in the camera.
I look like a damn victim of a drone bombing.
Dude, someone was telling me that they have drones up in certain areas to keep track of people's speeds. You can get tickets that way.
Oh.
And they have signs on the thing saying speed detected by aircraft or something.
Air speed monitored by drone or something. I could see that. I think I've seen those signs before.
But like, why spend all that money on correcting people's speed when you can finding like criminals? and
Arguably,
actual
they're
people?
Arguably, they're saving money by using a drone instead of
Exactly.
a highway patrol guy.
That's true.
Well, here's the thing: use that for actual things in need. Like the restrictions on those things are
Use what? Are you talking about
the resources.
The drone?
He means the resources.
resources should go to the people that are in most need.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
now let's lay out your plan. So Richard, he's running for office, and he's got. So far, we know that he
Okay.
wants to get
Yeah,
rid
yeah.
of the cop drones.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
want to also?
Anything-
Do you want to keep? You want regular cops to monitor the speed though? Because they'll probably cost more than the
No,
drone.
no.
It
I'm
seems
down-
like replacing
I'm
them with
down.
drones is better.
Well, here's the thing. If you wanna get to the T on that, like if that was the way to keep us safe from these
Animals.
law enforcements that turn out to be criminals. You know what I mean? When they overstep themselves with the power that they're given, because whether they're taking people on the street, taking them into their car, or fucking them, you know what I mean? If it's a pretty girl, if they want to get out of that ticket, you know what I mean? You saw a video of it the other day.
Really?
Some cop took a girl into a car, and then they were in there for a while, and then she comes out. You know what I mean?
Drone
And
ain't
walks
fucking
away.
girls.
But like,
but was this like to get out of a ticket or something?
No, who knows?
You can't just.
But
you can't just bring.
if
This is a
you're-
very Alex Jones
if you're
style of
getting paid-
talking. When you,
No,
I saw a video the other day of a cop. He
But
fucked a girl
I'm
to
just
death.
saying,
and
I'm just saying this isn't some far-fetched thing. This thing happens. Everyone knows it happens
Yeah,
in their
obviously,
communities.
of
Because
course.
they all. So I'm not saying something out of the hat. I'm
just-
not pulling magic out.
I just watched the video. It was like a analysis of that case of that like dumb lady cop that walked into the wrong apartment and then shot the guy that lived
Oh,
there
yeah,
because she thought it was her own apartment.
I mean, that is crazy. I heard that there's another story like that. Jimi Hendrix's dad used to get super fucking drunk that he would go home and just find, like, he would see a fence, and since his house had a fence around it, he'd walk into that house and just sit in the living room and be like, "Why are you guys here?" And they're like, "Because we live here. You're drunk." And then they'd call the cops.
You remember Mars? Josh DeMarzo?
Oh yeah, I remembered Mars.
Yeah, so I was spending a week in Alpena, right? Allegan. No, Alpena.
I think it's Alpena.
Alpena. So we are walking back from basically the itinerary was every day we just go and we would write some songs and then we'd go home at night or whatever. It was a pretty fun fucking week, to be
No,
honest.
it sounds like a creative boot camp. I remember being jealous that I didn't get to go.
It was actually, yeah, it was pretty sick. But then this one night we were walking back to his place, and his family owns 2 homes, and they're kind of like right next to each other. And there's this guy like trying to get into one of the homes that no one occupies. It's just there. So we have to go up to him and be like, "Bro, what the fuck are you doing, man?" And we quickly realize he's just so drunk that he thinks this is his house.
Oh.
But he is like, in his head, he thinks he's about to get his ass beat by us. So he's like in defense mode. He's like, "What do you mean? What the fuck am I doing, man? This is my fucking house." And like he can't string sentences together. And we're trying to de-escalate. We're like, okay,
Yeah.
we don't want to fight, but we could easily
You're
take
like-
this drunk asshole. Plus, Josh is kind of a nerd, but he's surprisingly built. Like that dude was fucking stocky as
and
fuck.
socially kind of a wild character. Like,
Yes.
he would do crazy things socially that I would never do.
Right, I wouldn't be surprised if he like took out a knife and just stabbed this guy to death in front of me. But
Socially, yeah, murder is crazy.
luckily, that never happened. We eventually got to the bottom of it. That drunk motherfucker at the wrong house, and he's knocking now, and he's like, "Oh wow, why won't you let me in? I thought I was with family and friends, but now these dudes they be picking on him."
Yeah, I got way too lit at the local bar that I spend a lot of time with. And then I walked back to my crib and said, "Yeah, I guess this probably right here is my shit."
I
Ooh.
knocked once, I knocked twice,
Hello?
I knocked thrice, but no one's answering. Yo, that is not nice. And now I got 2 guys. They're like, "Yo, what the fuck is you doing at my house after 5?
Hey, excuse me, sir. This property is private.
Okay.
And yeah, you're out here acting like a primate.
Hey, yo, fuck you, man. This is my house, bro. I can go. I wanna
Yo,
go.
please chill, de-escalate.
De-escalate, I don't want to hate. In fact, I'd rather create some peace today. Between you and me, it's obvious that you had a few drinks, and now we don't want to do what we got to do to get you out of here. Why don't you go home and have yourself a beer?
I mean, he probably
Or
shouldn't drink
2.
anymore.
Well, avoid hangovers, stay drunk. I saw someone wearing that shirt the other day.
Absolutely, that's a weekend rule for sure.
No, yeah, it does hurt to take that first drink when you decide that that's the best strategy to avoid the hangover. Like, you're drunk, you're hungover, and you're like, all right, I'm going to drink again.
I don't think it's real. I don't think that I
No,
think you're going to
it's
get hungover
absolutely
no
real.
matter
No,
what.
it's real.
It's
Like,
absolutely real.
you're-
You should
well,
go
you're-
camping sometime.
You're delaying the hangover.
I agree. I'd love to go camping.
That's where Richard gets the drunkest.
Let's plan a camping trip.
I just don't think drunk comes into the equation. It's
I don't
like
like
you're
camping.
you.
I don't
Why
wanna,
don't you like? Okay, but what about glamping? Like you got everything
Yeah,
you need. Maybe
yeah. I just don't like the
air mattress.
I don't like the process of like, okay, we need all this stuff. We need to bring like the preparation and the stress.
That's
the
fun.
The
You just gotta
glamping
be
is probably fine.
minimalistic about
The
that.
glamping is probably fine. You just throw all the shit in the RV and then you go plug it in and you hang out.
This is something that I've come to the conclusion of recently. In the same vein of camping, because when I've been spending a lot of time at my grandparents' house recently because my dumbass grandma broke her hip.
Sucks.
Just lay in bed for the rest of your life at that point. You know what I mean?
Come on, yeah.
But I joke, I kid. She's doing fine. God bless her. But whenever I'm there, because it's a place I grew up going to, like as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
It doesn't. There's something about it. You feel like there's no real obligation. There's no anxiety about like work or anything like that. And I think that camping is the exact same scenario. Like once you're there in the woods, you got your tent set up. You're like, oh, this is like literally my life, and that's all that matters.
No work calls, no emails, no.
And I want that. Let's go camping, you guys. Come on.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm stressed by the whole like aspect of preparing and then going out there and doing the thing.
I wonder what would be more wild, going into the wild or going to like the downtown city and like camping.
Oh, absolutely the city. You're talking about hanging out with the homeless?
No, not necessarily just in
Nah,
Richard,
let's not do that.
They board up like the city in downtown LA.
They will just
every night.
light you on fire for fun.
I thought camping's free.
It is technically, but that's not glamping. We're talking about
But
glamping
like we
right
could
now.
have property, you know what I mean? Just set up some posts and be like, this is our campsite.
Richard, camping in the
And then we
city
had-
is literally dangerous.
If I'm gonna camp in the city, I'm doing it camping with Steve style. I'm gonna find a
Dude,
place that
that's
is
right.
like hidden.
We-
It's got to be like behind a billboard or
That's who you
something.
guys should have on. I
I would-
bet he has bars.
That
so.
would be awesome, but I don't think he would. Don't think we would vibe with him. He's kind of he's a cool ass dude, but he's so much older and kinder. You know what I mean? And he just lost his wife and mother, so
No, yeah,
not in the best headspace.
When you told me about the mom, I was just like, this dude is taking back-to-back tragedies.
Yeah.
I kind of want to just sign up for his Patreon.
Everyone check out Camping with Steve. He's a great YouTube channel,
Yeah.
and he camps in obscure places. And like
You learn a lot.
A year ago, his wife just dies, which was sad. And then like a couple weeks ago, his mom dies. And I'm like, man, Camping with Steve is going through it. It's been a rough year for Steve.
There is no God. It's not real.
And he's still, doing his thing.
Well, now he has to do his thing.
Well, guys,
Like, what else
I'm
is he
behind
gonna
this
do?
sign.
Huh?
I said I'm behind this sign.
You know
And
what?
Right now, it's hard.
Richard should start a Camping with Steve, Camping with Rich, because they have got very similar personality types. I think, like you and this dude Steve.
I get it, but like I'd be like bougie with it.
Right, he's
I'd be at a
bougie
beach.
with it.
I'd be at a beach at least.
Well, he always camps in style for sure. Like he's got everything he needs.
No, yeah, he's got all the hot cooking equipment.
Plus, he gets
I
like
love his cooking equipment.
He always cooks he cooks a fat ass meal when he's there.
Yeah.
and he always has top of the line equipment too. This one time he was camping and he did it. He was hanging from a tree. Like he had a tent, and then he had this electric crank that sort of just with a press of a button he could lift himself up, raise himself off the ground in the tent, and then when he wanted to get down and go get firewood, press the button, lower myself down in this tent all around. Camping with Steve, I'm camping right now. Yeah, camping with you. We camping, we drinking number twos.
Ooh.
That's a step two. That's fucking booze. That's a brew. What it do?
You wouldn't believe that motherfucker camping with Steve. He up in the trees, got a machine making up his TPs.
TPs, if you please. I'm with Camping with Steve and I'm on my knees, digging a hole for a fire pit. Yeah, you know me. Yeah, I love this shit.
Yeah, I need a flashlight, about to shit in the dark. Ooh, is that a dog? Yeah, I hope he don't bark. Cause I'm gonna get caught. Cause I'm camping illegally in the street, somewhere where I really shouldn't be.
Camping with Steve, yeah, what it be? I'm about to heat my fucking tent with a bunch of tea candles. What it do, yo? It's absurd, bro. Yeah, that dude rules. Shout out Camping with Steve.
Oh man, dude, he just literally had nothing
Respect.
else to do and was like, I love just going outside and camping.
You know what, folks? Whenever he has like a stealthy spot, he always starts the video with like, I've been having my eye on this spot for a while now.
Like, imagine getting in this guy's mind. He's driving around the city. He's noticing like random spots, and he's like, "Oh man, I should probably camp there."
Like,
Right.
Steve, we're on the freeway.
And he's got a buddy that goes camping with him every now and then that he just calls crazy neighbor. And he's
Oh
got
yeah,
this
it never doesn't disclose his name.
big old beard. Yeah, never says his name, but yeah, dude, that's some wholesome ass content.
No,
man.
yeah,
I
you're
love
right.
camping with Steve.
It'd be funny if that was like a mainstream level show, and he had like guests every week, and like 1 week it's fucking Tom Segura. Or
well, that's kind of what Bear Grylls was doing towards the end of his
he started.
tenure.
Started having like big.
Yeah,
No,
he
he's
like-
still doing.
Is he?
He
Is
just took Bradley Cooper on his recovery.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know
3-day
that.
trip or whatever.
Really,
That'd be fun to be Bradley Cooper,
hanging out with Bear Grylls, drinking piss.
dating like 20-year-olds.
Is that who's doing that? Bear Grylls or Bradley?
Probably both of them. I'm
I
pretty
actually,
sure.
at my new job, which I'm not going to disclose right now, but it's an entry level position basically.
Let's
And-
just say it has to do with a color,
yeah,
and that's all I'm gonna go.
yeah.
That's a pretty big hint.
You could probably figure it out eventually if you listen to the Patreon, because I'm gonna fucking shit on some coworkers, but multiple 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds in like not in the same in the same exact position as me, doing the same thing.
That is a thing, and you know what? It shouldn't be a thing because. Like, the only reason that you might ever feel bad about that is because someone else at some point said that was shitty.
No, it's something that I maybe said when I was that age,
Right.
And I was working that job.
You're like, I can't believe this fucking 30-year-old is here working here with me.
Well, now the thing for me is not the humiliation from the age gap. It's which is a made up thing. It's interacting with people that age is so interesting. I'm like, wow, you got no clue what's about to go down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel like you imagine yourself at that state and time, and you start to just feel like an old head. You're like, man, if I was your age, you start to think in that kind of way, and it's just putting yourself in their shoes is really funny. I literally sound like a fucking old man, and I'm 30.
And you might be engaging in some light ageism a little bit.
Yeah.
but which I do often as well. But somehow I feel
it
like
mostly probably occurs in the workplace.
Well, a lot of times I compare them to where I was at that age, and they're always doing better than I was. Every young person that I see now, I'm always like, "Oh, you're doing way better." Than
like
I
they
was.
have goals.
But when you were working at a young age, they were probably looking at you like, "Oh."
Which just none of the older people that were around me seemed to be able to get through to me. I don't think a lot of people gave me advice, and I never listened. And I just don't see how you can get through to a young person because you never could have got through to me. You could have never convinced me that you were right or persuaded me to do something interesting unless you were super fucking cool. Like if fucking
Right.
If Nipsey Hussle comes up to me and he's like, "You the man, dog. Let's get in the studio." I'll be like, "I'll do whatever you say, dog. I'll read this book."
And that's just because you have a fetish.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Doesn't it seem like no matter how rich you are, no matter how like wealthy you are, that like until you settle down and not really care about the money that's coming in or out, like that's when you become wealthy? Because like no matter how much money you make, it's not going to be enough.
I'll definitely engage this concept with you just for fun.
I mean, I saw this. It's funny that you should bring that up because
why worry about money until
I
you're
just
later?
bookmarked a post that I think this comedian, sometimes on Twitter you want to save it for later, so you gotta not be a hater and bookmark that shit so you can go back and scroll through it and see it's facts.
Sometimes I see a post that's just a rave, so I make sure that I hit save, so I can come back later and check that shit. See your alligator.
My bookmark section is totally bussin'. I love it, yo. You could trust it. Yeah, you wanna scroll through and see some interesting content? Check out my bookmarks, yo. I go all in.
Yo, bussin' bookmarks. You a bitch, a shook narc. Yeah, you know, I'm about to murder sharks in the sea. I've been feeling real G's.
I murder sharks to make shark soup out of the fins. Yo, I'm out here in Japan, and you know me, yo, I got my paper and pen, and I'm writing and rapping, and you know that I'm him. Okay, here we go. This dude Ben Avery, he's a comedian. He's really good. He used to work for Tim Dillon, and he quit. If you do something for money, people call you smart. If you do something for love, people will call you retarded. They believe the default of life is misery, and that if you are going to be miserable no matter what, you may as well be rich. And that's a victim complex. To believe you are hopeless against pain. So you spend your entire life crafting a false image for people you care nothing for. But anyway, secure that bag.
Shout out Ben, that's spitting some truth.
Right.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think
Two sides
that's
of the same
relevant.
coin.
It also sounds so cliche. Like anytime you give any advice that's kind of like that, it sounds
Oh
so
no.
super
It
corny.
sounds corny when it's...
I didn't hear that as cliche at all.
Well, no, I've heard the concept of money doesn't buy happiness or things that are kind of along those lines so much. And I've also heard a lot of the like trying to please others with your life kind of thing so much that
I
it sounds
agree with
corny,
that,
but
yeah.
it is really the essence of being happy because otherwise you're constantly suffering.
I think I got from that was that he was attacking the personalities, not necessarily he was attacking about because you can strive for money, but at least do something that you love because you might not get that money no matter what you do because life sucks. So might as well do something you love and try to get that money.
I think there's a lot of people that don't understand that once they die, that's it.
Right. That's
Yeah,
true. That's
There's
true.
a lot of
crazy,
people
too.
out there that, not even religious people, that like they just don't understand. Like there's something that hasn't really clicked for them that like this is literally all you get. So you need to fucking be doing something cool.
Or not necessarily cool, at least meaningful. Something that you feel.
That's cool.
You come
That's,
home at the end of the
cool's
night.
a
and
vague
you
term,
feel,
bro.
Yeah,
dude.
cool. Cool. I guess means like other people see you as cool.
No,
Like, you know what I mean?
I just
You
mean
can't be
cool
cool to
for
yourself.
you, you know?
Yeah. Something that
No,
you're-
because
you-
someone could be like a killer and think they're cool. That's not cool.
Yeah, dude. But then maybe someone who also thinks they're a superhero and kills the killer, you know?
Ah, yeah.
So you gotta, you know, it
Delusional.
evens out, bro.
But some people are delusional. That's all.
I'm gonna pee.
Hey, can we? I need a beer.
Okay, so should we take a break?
Okay,
or should I-
fine.
Yeah, Cool.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
And we're back. I'm sorry I called you Alex Jones, Richard, earlier. That was-
Richard disclosed his dissatisfaction with
My
Alex's
feelings on
tone with
that.
him.
It hit too close to home.
No, I like Alex Jones, though, at the end of the day. I wish him the best.
I just wish he was right.
What were we talking about before I had to pee and ruin the flow of the show?
I'm not sure, but that's a curious coaster you got there.
Oh, yeah. This is the coaster that I got as a gift from Lard. Check it out. It's great. Are You Afraid of the Fart? Remember that show? Are You Afraid of the Dark?
you show me the
as
other side?
kids?
I don't remember it, and I didn't know it was a show.
Yeah, there was a show called Are You Afraid of the Dark that was like a ripoff of Goosebumps, the show, essentially. Just anthology horror for children. Not good. It wasn't scary or anything.
The koozie is an unlimited item. You could have, you could never have enough koozies. You could always
You
have.
could have
another
a
koozie.
horrible koozie night, like even your stupid. Koozies.
Oh, like you mean like bad sweater parties?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See, I know what Richard is saying.
I had no idea what he was saying.
Bro, I just jumped some places.
Me and Richard, I've learned to speak the language at this point.
That was in my eyes telepathy.
You could have bad koozie night. In David's head, that's just getting some bad pussy.
Yeah. It sounded like something sexual. Do you guys ever have a dream about an ex-girlfriend?
Absolutely.
All the time.
I had a vivid dream about an ex-girlfriend and woke up and was like, "Oh man, maybe I should call her." And then-
Mine are more social engagement, like things that like would like make me think of them, and then I'm just like,
I was at a
Mine are if I'll be like minding my own, and all of a sudden an ex will show up like at
pops
a
up.
party or something, and I'm just like, "What the fuck is she doing here?" That's usually the dream,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
like, "Fuck."
It was also, I was at her house and her mom was there, and I invited too many dudes to come hang out, and there was like all of a sudden like 30 dudes at the crib smoking weed indoors, and I had to be like, "Hey, you can't smoke inside." And then shortly after, I was like, "Hey, listen guys, you can't smoke inside. I appreciate you coming through with the vibes, but you should go outside if you're gonna toke.
Too many dudes in my house right now,
Too
and
many.
they smoking it out. They filling it up with clouds, and I can't get out. Gotta open up the window because these dudes over here smoking on my endo.
Way too many homies blowing stogies indoors. You see, it's not cool with my ex thing. She's like, my mom said you gotta cut it off, and yeah, me now I'm hella soft.
Shit is like a bad dream, yeah, I call it nightmares. Yeah, my girl, she's my ex and she's right here. I don't know what the fuck to do. She looking at me and she looking kinda rude, but also kinda cute. God damn.
My ex close by, she walking around stunting those thighs, and yeah, you know
Why?
that don't fly. Not with me on my current thing. Yeah, you know I'm
Bad
progressing.
dream. Oh, never mind.
That's good.
Yeah, it was whatever.
It's interesting. There was also 2 Armenian men trying to make a deal with me about a business investment, and I was like,
This is one of those dreams that turns into it encapsulates all of your issues at once.
Well,
Because I had that one, I think I talked about it last week on the pod, where I think that my youth pastor is like holding one of my friends hostage. I go in, I assault him, and then he turns into Drake,
oh,
and then he starts hunting me down like John Wick.
oh,
And I'm like, there's so many things
movies,
there.
hip
There's
hop,
just-
childhood.
Man, I feel very cheap because I listen to you guys' stories about your dreams, and I realize like most of my dreams could like be narrated by a movie, like with very cheap film. You guys would have to have big bucks to like.
Oh,
get
we're
them.
hoping-
I bet you got some crazy dreams though.
I got crazy dreams, but like they're mostly feelings and like apocalyptic or real. I had this super fucking creeped out dream. You guys want to hear this? Bro.
Yes.
Sure, why not?
So I get back from traveling because this always typically happens when I leave places.
Okay.
So this
There's something to
spot-
that.
So my RV, it's already like me and my roommate have discussed this multiple times. Like it's doing things. It's just it's
haunted.
occupied. No, it's occupied. Like it's not haunted because we don't feel haunted. It's just something
a
else
spirit
is there.
lives there.
No,
Yeah.
well, this
I would
is, this is
describe that
something-
as haunted.
This is something I've noticed too, because I'll occasionally get sleep paralysis, and I'll get the like sleep paralysis demons.
3 times.
It's-
3 times in this RV, and I've only had it 4 times in my life.
It only
So-
happens when I travel. It only happens when I'm sleeping in somewhere that's relatively unfamiliar. Like the last time it happened was over a year ago when I was visiting my sister in South Carolina. I had a little episode when I was in her bed, and then a little shadow figure, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's fucking terrifying, but you can yell yourself awake or whatever. But it's a thing where I think it has to do with being in an unfamiliar location.
Yo,
That's interesting.
I'm getting the chills right now.
Wow.
From
It's really happening to Richard a lot.
yo.
3 times in the last 6 months?
So last
Answer the
week.
question.
No.
Okay.
Just once. The other times happened when I was earlier last year, but
But within the last year, 3 times.
no, just last week. 2 weeks ago. Oh, sorry. I came back from Michigan last week. So fuck it. So yeah, last week. And
Wait, did it
anyways,
happen in Michigan? Because that would probably happen.
No,
to
I
me.
came back. It was the night I came back. I came back at 12:30. Got back to my bed by 3:15 because I had to get the tram and then I did the Uber.
Fuck.
And then it was from San Francisco, so I was
Okay.
traveling quite a while. And then so I get to my bed and everything's fine. I just put down everything. I already got ready for work before I left, and so I knew where everything was. And like I'm trying to go to sleep, I'm resting, and I fall asleep, and I can like see. It's like see in darkness kind of thing. Like my eyes are open and like I know where everything is, so everything's lit, but I know it's dark out, and I know I'm sleeping, so everything should be black.
It's almost like
And-
an infrared camera.
No, like nothing's shining or anything. It's just
I
I
get
can
what you're
see
saying,
better.
Alex.
I can see better through darkness, and all of a sudden this guy I could get someone to draw him. That's how, but
Vividly, you could see him.
vividly, and he is staring at me, just staring at me. And then, like, I'm just like, okay, I'm trying to go to sleep. I have work in 3 hours. Like, and I'm thinking this in my head.
I
And
can't
I'm
be
like,
fucking talking to this guy right now.
I cannot, like, and I already positioned myself to sleep a certain way like because this has happened before.
It's just funny that this man
Like-
could be there to murder you, and there's
And-
still this thing in the
and-
back of your head where you're like, but I got work.
Yeah,
This is not gonna work for me right now, Mr.
I
Murderer.
can't be murdered at this point.
Yeah.
dude, but he, like blue eyes, brownish hair like mine.
Yo, the blue-eyed devil in my room.
Goddamn.
He trying to fuck me with this motherfucking broom.
Goddamn.
Yo, I'm trying to fuck with this guy right now. I gotta go to work in like how? Fucking 3 hours and a half. About to be at that bitch doing half of the work that I gotta do.
3 hours and a half.
Oh yeah, about to
3
pull
hours
up.
and a half. I was trying to take a nap, and this dude, he was giving me crap. Little sleep paralysis, demon damn. And he's over here looking at me with a knife, and he's gonna go over here and take my life.
Why you looking at me with that knife being all creepy in the middle of the night? I'm just trying to swipe real nice, feeling real tight.
Yeah, I got work in the morning. I don't
Ooh.
got the time to be scared of you, dude. Yo, why don't you go out of here? I don't mean to be rude, but look, I'm trying to get ready in like 1:45.
Get the fuck out my room right now.
Please.
There he goes. Oh wow.
Damn.
But yeah, it was one of those things where he just reached over and grabbed my leg. Until,
leg,
like
okay.
but it wasn't a grab like aggressive. It was just hand. He set his hand on there and just held it, so I knew that it was there, and I was like, oh fuck. And then that's when I kind of woke up and I got out of it, and I was like, fucking switch positions, fucking drank some water. I was like,
No, I've had
did
the
my shit.
I've
to
had the
fucking
paralysis
sleep,
demons
bro.
touch me before too.
Fuck that.
It's crazy. It just feels like pressure on you, kind of thing. It's
The-
like if I
the-
was just to like push down on your thigh or something. It's like it feels like that. It's weird. You actually feel them touching
Yeah.
you.
That's so unbelievable. I have never had an experience like that. That's
So
crazy.
The time that happened in the reason why I started sleeping a certain way was the time before that. This was kind of, I was going through a lot, so my mom was having her thing. So like I thought it was just whatever, but it was just like I was in my bed sleeping and I had my back resting, and it was one of those times where I was like watching TV and stuff, and I fell asleep in a certain way, so I wasn't in position to like sleep, but my head was like my head was back on resting on a pillow, but like propped up, and I just remember like just like feeling like, oh, I need to go to bed, like I need to like cover up and like get undressed so I can go to sleep, but I'm like sleeping already. I'm like visualizing myself in my bed already, but I'm like telling myself all this stuff, right? And then all of a sudden, like these two hands reach over from my shoulders and start pressing down on my chest and on my throat, and they start pulling me backwards. And they just start pulling me, and I was just trying to stay there, and I was like thinking to myself, I was like, I know what this is. Like I already know.
Right.
Like, I'm trying to move, like all desperation.
There's something
trying
about
to
it
move,
that
scream, do anything.
Even though you've experienced it before, it's still terrifying no matter what. But it has to do with, because you know how when you dream, you think the dream is real no matter how bizarre it is.
Yeah, you just assume the sale and you keep going.
Yeah, I think that there's something about that like, because there's a degree. I've never been as terrified of a sleep paralysis situation than as I was the first couple of times that I was involved in them. Because now I just tell myself, just keep screaming, you'll wake up eventually, that kind of thing. But I'm still terrified. I'm still
you
terrified.
know that's how people wake up screaming.
Just keep screaming.
Well, no, but it's not like I know that I can't actually scream. It's like
That's the scariest.
I'm doing this
Do
in
you
my
ever
sleep.
think you're gonna carry that over into real life?
I'm pretty sure I'm making those noises in real life, and I wake myself up
You're like,
with my yeah. But in my head, I'm trying to scream as loud as possible.
yeah, I've woken myself up being like,
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh shit,
Just
what happened?
fart too loud or whatever. Man, I get woken up because I fall asleep to fucking YouTube videos being played, and then maybe it'll be like a podcast. Lately, I've been listening to the Ricky Gervais show.
I'm sure that's hilarious.
It's actually really
He's
fucking funny.
the fucking man.
He is.
But his laugh is worse than Bert Kreischer's laugh, low key. As far as like wheezy, whiny, like it
No,
just
it's similar. Yeah.
yeah, and it just brings you right out of your
It has
sleep.
originality.
Yeah, I could definitely pinpoint it for sure.
Well,
But,
I've just watched Ricky Gervais, Emmy compilations, or no, Golden Globe award compilations. Just him roasting the Golden Globes for fucking
Well, yeah, that's
5 hours.
yeah. He now like that. He was doing it with the intention to not ever be hired back. Was kind of the vibe, which was kind of
But
fun.
then they hired him back like 5 times.
You know what's funny is there's people who think that was disrespectful. Like I know people who are like he should have done that. It's
Well,
like,
that's
what the
why
fuck?
that's
Who
exactly
gives a
why
shit?
he did it. Because
No, but
he
these are like I'm
he
talking
thinks
about
those
like
people are soft.
I'm talking about normal non-celebrities.
Yeah.
Who watch the Golden Globes and are just like that was inappropriate.
Or like some serious film creators without a sense of humor probably were in the crowd being like, yo, we're trying to take this seriously. I want a thing. No, because I remember, I forget who it was. There's a shot of like Tom Hanks being offended or no.
Well, there was. I remember when he did that. That was when that Pope movie came out. There was a Pope movie that
Oh, he
had
made a
just
joke about
dropped.
the Catholic Church?
Yeah, and he made a joke about the fucking molesting kids or whatever. And the guy that I think John Price was the guy who played the Pope. They cut to him and he's just looking not happy about the joke that's being made.
Yeah,
But-
I think some people don't like the molestation
There's a
jokes.
There's a third mic on the Ricky Gervais show named Carl Pinkleton.
That's kind of fucked up.
Carl
I wouldn't hit
Pinkleton.
that if I was you.
Carl, you know what? Take it back, yo. I got bars right now. You can borrow the joint, Carl. What's your point, yo? I'm about to get it, and I go, and then I fucking shit it in my pants right now. Shit it on the mic. Oh, wow. I gotta pass it to my dude in the Crenshaw cap because I've had it too long, and I need to take a nap.
Yo, my boy Ricky Gervais, he's pretty funny, you don't say. Oh yeah, I wish I was with him every day instead of these fucking, I'm just playing.
Yeah, come on, man. Where I'm standing right here, or more so sitting, but I'm having a beer.
Yeah.
In my cool koozie that Lard gave me here. Shout out that dude and shout out the queers.
Shout out Lard. Yeah, I think I've taken it too far. Yeah, I'm super gnarly when I'm spitting freestyles on the
I'm spitting, bro.
I did
I'm gonna take a hiatus real quick.
Oh, you gonna go pee? You gonna go
And
pee
get
pee
a
poo
beer.
poo? Okay.
a piss.
Oh no, the beer's right here.
Oh, that's right. Yo, set me up. I'm
My
gonna take a few
genius
more
ass
minutes.
fucking picnicking ass
Booyakasha.
This guy's
camping
thinking
ass
ahead,
co-host
yo.
right here. I encountered a Jamaican coworker and
Get that off the table, bro. Get that shit off the table.
mustered the courage to do a Jamaican accent for the coworker.
Wait, and he's Jamaican.
She's
Jamaican.
yeah, I think she's half. She's not fresh off.
That's even more like because this is a black woman.
Yeah, she's not fresh off the raft.
Okay.
Why a raft?
Jesus.
Why a raft, not a boat?
Jesus.
It's because like struggling immigrants.
But the term "fresh off the boat" is already offensive.
right, I know.
No,
I
you
just,
just degraded it.
I was
'cause
trying to take it
it's
even
not good enough
further,
for
dude.
the
Come on, I'm
boat.
edgy.
No, I agree. But notoriously, black women take the not as good at taking a joke as maybe a black man.
So this
would.
is
I
one of
would
those-
say that like if you're gonna do a Jamaican accent, the guy might take it a little easier.
This is one of those 18-year-olds I was talking about.
I
So I
see.
think they have a sense of humor, and I did it pretty well. It landed.
He's saying this, and I'm down.
And I said it, and
Ah.
I'm just gonna say it and bleep it later. So, or
Wait, you said the N-word?
no, yeah, damn, and it landed. They thought it was funny.
You ain't black.
No, I did the accent, and then she was like, "Ha!" Like she reacted visibly, and
Wait, like was like that or a real ha? Like
It was
she,
like a-
she
it was
thought
like-
it was funny, or
Yeah.
did she go ha?
no,
You bastard.
No, she smiled, made a sound, and then put her head down for a second, like, "Oh my god, this fool just said that."
Oh, I see.
And then the homie right here gave me a laugh. The problem with working, I work at Red Lobster. I don't give a shit. I'm telling the people. The problem with working at Red Lobster is that you
Has
got
to do with the color.
is that you have a fucking live audience all the time. It's not good, dude. I'm running bits already.
No, you
like,
should
nonstop.
but you do it for the customers,
You'll work
not your
'em.
coworkers.
No. Do it for the coworkers.
No, I held back quite a
the
bit.
customers leave.
No,
You know what I
you
mean?
want those tips,
They're
bro.
just replaced by other customers. Your coworkers are what make your job happier.
No, but
or
that's
not.
the point. That's the point.
So
you
if
don't
you're
want.
entertaining your coworkers,
No,
just
no.
don't make it a habit, yo. Don't
Don't listen to
expect it.
anything Richard is saying because he's wrong.
I am right because I have had the most jobs out of anyone.
That doesn't matter. No, not. But you're not very funny intentionally.
Damn, dude.
True.
You're gonna tell Richard he's
You're
not
not-
funny on purpose?
It's true.
No,
But-
but no, he is easily
We're
one of my
talking about
funniest friends
getting
ever. But what I think what David is talking about is honing his his stand-up skills.
I know
And-
it's a little selfish though.
It's different with your coworkers than it is with just the people who are passing through,
because they're dipping in a second.
Yes, absolutely. And you know what? You're not ever gonna get some, like, odds are your coworkers aren't the top of the line comedy audience, in the sense that, like, you're gonna get every type of person that eats at Red Lobster.
Yeah.
Bill Gates might drop into Red Lobster.
I don't
randomly.
think so. I doubt
And you
it.
could
Those
you could,
Cheddar Bay biscuits
You could
are
run
to die
some.
for.
You could run some bits past Bill Gates. That's way more valuable than running it past friggin' River Phoenix, who works in the back.
Yeah, if you have these select fucking customers, but most of the time you need coworkers that's gonna make your life.
Here's the
easier.
thing.
I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it
You-
completely,
you
but
run
don't find value in that. Find the
I'm not-
value in making the customer laugh.
You
not your
run a
coworker.
moderate amount of riffs on the coworkers, just a little bit, and then you hold 60% back.
You're saying that you use
Why
the
hold anything back? It's like you're risking
You're saying
something?
that the coworkers are the open mic and the customers are the main performance. I
Exactly. You're
see.
doing it for the table.
You're workshopping your material
On the coworkers.
Okay, I actually like that. I think I'm glad that we came to this conclusion.
Yeah, and then also you want to be in like this constant balance with the people you work with, where you don't give too much, but you don't give too little to where they ostracize you. You want to be in the middle, where
You're
you're
getting
like
it. You're getting it.
You're,
There's a balance.
You're letting them shine, because everybody's
Welcome
self-centered.
to society.
Everybody's
Dave.
self-centered and wants to talk about themselves. You let them do their thing, and then every now and then you throw a fucking little punchline in the middle of their thing. This bitch laughs right here. You're winning. Boom. And then you keep your mouth shut for another 5 minutes. You say something else. Boom. You got to laugh over here. You're winning. Socially, it's the best way to live.
I
It's
suppose.
work though, huh?
It can be selfish sometimes. If you start getting greedy, then you're pushing your limits. And if you bomb once, then you're like, fuck, I'm eating shit right now.
So
My coworkers, they are the easiest audience that have ever existed, and I know this is the truth because I see them every day and I shoot my shots. I make them laugh a lot. It's how it is, and I'm not even high off the pot.
Yeah.
I just do it. I make jokes and they start laughing. And I know that it's good, but it shouldn't happen.
Yeah, technically it's lazy because you're not with an audience that's crazy or like a specific, group of peeps that you respect for their ear cue and sheet.
And they might also view you a certain way where they might respect what you say and maybe give you a laugh or two that you might not deserve on another day. That's just what it is.
Right, the respect makes that they neglect the level at which they reflect before they...
That was great.
You guys keep going with it. I was
been a
excited
banger
to
in like
hear
2
what
seconds.
you guys next.
Having a good time. I was really excited today to not have like a
Responsibility?
non-local or a non-repeat guest,
I
because
agree.
having Retch is very like
I
comforting.
respect you guys for allowing me to be here because I don't deserve it. I appreciate you guys.
I agree, Rich. You don't deserve it, but we love having you because it makes us feel better, and also your company is fun. But having
Mutual.
bringing a stranger on it's hard.
It's work.
Yeah, but once you're in it, you're like, oh, I'm having a good time.
Yeah, but it's still after. Even I bet there's pressure after. Like, you know what I mean? After you realize you got out of that, and you're like, that was a good time. You're like feeling good, and then you're like, I wonder how that went. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure there's something.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah,
at
well, I
least,
mean-
with me, it doesn't really matter. You're just like, Richard, you fucking sucked. Next time, there won't be a next time. Just kidding.
Now you gotta fix the voice in your head, bro. You gotta make him talk different. That's what I do. I just fucking change the narrative in my head. I'm like, all of a sudden, I'm the fucking coolest motherfucker that ever lived because I'm feeling confident in the morning.
True.
And then in the evening, I start talking shit to myself. I sound like my mom. You fat pussy piece of shit.
So,
Fat.
yeah. So I guess it differs from which
It's
sibling
up
you're
and down.
hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you're hearing your mom. Sometimes you're hearing dad. And so.
Right, but you gotta box out your mom. you gotta box out the bitch voice in your
Why
head.
is it always so aggressive with your mom?
Well, it's not even the voice of my mother in my head. It's the voice of all people who have said anything negative to me in the voice of my mom.
Because that's the only one that matters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So it's like all the people saying negative things that have ever said negative things, and they sound like my mom in my
because that's
head.
the only way it's going to mean something.
I'm learning to adjust it, but for the
Counseling
for the
game,
longest
yeah.
time, I would do anything bad, I'd hear my mom. I'd do anything good, and I'd hear my mom be like, "Good job."
That's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, because I feel like you need to switch up the good.
Well, it used to be like that. When I was a little bit younger, I would just hear like the reinforcement and the negative.
Woo, that was a good one. That's funny because I feel like I never really had that per se.
I think Middle Eastern people have like weird relationships with their mothers. It's just like Middle Easterns, Italians, they have weird like mama's boy kind of relationships, and it's hard to break out of it. But it's also weird to be fucking 35 and you have this like incredible like close dependent relationship with your mother. It's not normal.
I don't think it's weird for Italians at least. Because I say Italians at least because like I know the Italian culture because my mom's a Russo, so she was brought up Italian, but she
was raised Italian.
Yeah, because the fathers.
Like it's a religion.
No, the fathers will like they treat their wife on how many boys they give them.
I don't think
you know what I mean.
I think that.
So you're saying that
it's a legacy thing.
The respect for the wife goes up as boys are produced.
It's not always true.
I don't think that's standard. I think it's just
kids.
That's insane.
But the way they treat their boys is like, you know what I mean? They're the next step to that generation. So it's like if you respect my son as much as I respect the son, you know what I mean? Like then that's necessary. And so the father pushes the son to go to the mom, and the mom
no, you're right.
The same way. You know what I mean? It's a mutual thing, and it overshadows everything. And then the son always relies on the mom, and then the son finds a girl that acts like the mom.
Exactly.
And it's a continual.
No, it's like
thing.
it's like Tony Soprano in the fucking Sopranos. It's you have this strong.
It's like hell. It's what it is. It sounds like you just described the seven circles.
You can't escape an Italian mom.
No. There's a strong silent type father that is absent primarily and like making money or distant emotionally, and then you just go to the mom for everything, and then the mom unconditionally loves you, and then as you grow old,
unconditionally,
they also critique you on a bunch of shit that they don't like. But you can do no wrong simultaneously. So it's like this gaslighting affirmation where you're like constantly not enough, but the best thing that's ever existed. It's like, wait, what is happening right now?
There's amazing turnouts because it can go any direction.
Right.
Like,
Frank Sinatra. It's Italian.
It's like the human version of bipolar. And Frank Sinatra used to beat his kids with a sack full of oranges.
Not to mention everyone feared snakes. Never mind.
What's a good Italian? I can't think of a good Italian off the top of my head.
Kennedy.
Yo.
Irish.
Scorsese. He's Italian, right? Yo, I just might make a movie every day and night. Yo, Scorsese. I hope he never retires. I hope he never gets lazy.
Yo, I'm chilling watching Goodfellas. Yo, I can hear the sound of propellers flying by, but I don't care why the fuck they coming through looking for your guy.
Scorsese with his buddy Joe Pesci. Yo, I wish that they would sit next to me and maybe dispel some wisdom about how I could go and move to Lisbon.
Joe Pesci and De Niro. Yo, I'm hanging out wearing a sombrero. Yeah, I'm about to watch another gangster flick until I'm sick, smoking on some shit that don't really stick.
I love Scorsese films. I watched The Departed. I watched The Wolf of Wall Street till I turned retarded. That's right. And this movie just started, and there's like 3 hours long. It's The Irishman.
I'm watching movies till I'm disabled. Cain and Abel.
All right. Leg of the table. Killed him with that.
Just made a banger in like 2 seconds.
Holy shit, I haven't read a single beat in a week.
Oh, yeah. Read off the beats.
Let's do something for the peoples. Here we go. September by Piper Beats. Real Jewels by Dave. Underground by Lethal Needle. Strains by Lex Factor. Cold Pack by Katsura and B. Frankie. Lost Out by Lucas Quinn. Risk by 174 Music. Reggae Boom Bap by Harold. Can't Stay by Manuel, and that was Routine by me also. I got something, but it sounds like you got something.
Well, this is breaking news. Apparently, Russel Brand is accused of rape and sexual assault and abuse.
Damn, dude.
That's, Russell Brand, I used to kind of like that guy.
I thought he was a good one.
I thought he was kind of cool.
Okay, here's the thing. Right now, I'm assuming that the victim is right.
Yes. Well,
but it could be a false allegation, right?
Knowing what I mean, I wouldn't put it past. Russell Brand's a weird dude. You know what I mean? Like he used to be like a severe alcoholic, and
I can't do that.
oh, here, I'll do it.
No, yeah, he used to be, but he's clean and sober now. He's changed.
He had this show on MTV. This is insane. I also kind of respect him for it. He used to have this news show on MTV that was kind of comedy oriented, and literally like the week after 9/11 happened, he showed up to the live show dressed as Osama bin Laden to do the show. And he got fired that day, basically. They were like, no, this is too far. But in retrospect,
Hilarious.
pretty funny.
It was just a little soon.
Yeah, a little too soon. So apparently 4 women are alleging sexual assaults between 2006 and 2013. Brand has denied the allegations.
Already.
And that's where we're at. But, when there's 4 people, that's kind of crazy. But
He said that's not true immediately.
Really drunk.
yeah, he
years.
has denied it. But at the same time, that was kind of when he was in the middle of
really
just-
fucked up
his
stages.
abuse.
It's hard to make this argument without sounding like a fucking rapist, but I'm going to say it anyways. It sounds like no matter what, the moment an allegation occurs, you have to believe it, because it's like, if you don't believe it, you could be causing an enormous amount of suffering to this person, and you want to assume that the reason people come out and say stuff is because they're trying to like get justice, and you don't want to like it's very conniving to accuse somebody just to get paid. So
If
that's
they wanted justice, wouldn't they have come forward like when it happened?
okay, but that's a victim blaming kind of talk track. It's like the usual
it's a victim
thing.
blaming to the people that are supposed to respond.
What I'm
and
saying
give
is
them
what I'm saying is
satisfaction
people are
and
afraid.
justice.
People are afraid. It's difficult in the moment. Like if you get fucking
But like
slammed by
we
some
shouldn't
dude,
we shouldn't be afraid to accuse people of that, because it should be up to our government and all of our people that are trying to get us justice. If we have to go through a system to get justice,
Richard, it's
if
not
we
about
can't
the,
carry out.
Listen to me. It's not about the legal system. It's about
It is about the legal
No, it's about
system.
the social construct. It's about like this person who's committing the fucking heinous crime being a celebrity, and it being difficult to speak out against people who are loved and have power socially and financially. So it's like speaking out against Russell Brand is difficult, especially if you're just some lady and you don't have resources. He can pay high-end lawyers to defend himself, and who knows? I don't know if he's fucking wrong or right, but
Well, okay, so most of the women who don't know each other have chosen to remain anonymous, which I think you should, like, if you've got a credible allegation, why remain anonymous? I mean, I get that there's
No.
like
protect themselves.
there's that, like, they don't, maybe it's like an embarrassment factor or something, but if like
It
you have
depends
if you have the power to take someone down who's a monster, and if that could potentially hinge on you being public with your information or whatever,
here's
then
my
maybe you
piece.
should do that.
Here's my piece. If you have a heinous crime that was committed against you and you don't want to be publicly known for that heinous crime, you don't want your name known.
This is assuming that these are public figures that
So
or they
if it's-
strive to be public figures, which most people
no,
don't.
No. It's people that don't want to be ruined in public because they live in a small town and they'll be ruined because they'll be ostracized.
Ruined.
wow, he can't say ruined.
That's crazy.
No, I get what Richard's trying to say. If you're a lady who had an experience with Russell, you might not want the hustle and bustle of being recognized for the lady who experienced
I'm playing RuneScape with Russell Brand. That's how it is. Damn, yo. I'm showering him with my pee and my piss, and yo, a golden shower again with Russell Brand. Yo, it's so insane. Damn.
Yeah, I'm pissing on Russell Brand. And yeah, after this, we're gonna hold hands.
Please.
On the way down to the restaurant.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm feeling great driving a Renault.
Driving a Renault. I don't know what that is, but I
foreign car.
want one. It's a foreign car. So I'ma go and drop some bars. Yo, everyone knows that I go hard. I go hard. So cool. That's what it is. Why is Richard acting like the fool?
Richard acting a fool. I mean, that's cool. That's usually what this fool does. Yeah, I'm getting a call, cuz.
Who's it from?
From my ladybug.
Yo, get her on.
Yeah. Put her
Nah.
on speaker.
What's be up? What's be up to, yo?
Come on, man.
That's not funny enough.
It might be.
I'm gonna text her back.
Text
Call
her,
you back,
"Hey."
babe.
No, she's B. So you
Call
gotta
her a
text
bitch.
A.
Nah, that would be interesting.
Just do it, man. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, she might think it's funny.
Yeah,
honestly, she might be. Oh, I fucking
If
got
she
a
texts you back C,
big C's.
and you're like D.
All right, go through the
There's a whole
alphabet.
conversation. No, there's a whole conversation going on. You're just not following along.
Yeah, no.
Nah.
Russell.
Russel Brand.
Russell's a fucking. He has a big deal with Rumble. You think Rumble's gonna drop him?
Well, that's another thing that's weird about Russel Brand is when he was first coming up, he seemed to be this sort of like democratically minded, like kind of left leaning, more liberal type of comedian. But now he's very much right wing. Like he's on the Rumble, and
you mean his business strategy?
No. I don't think he's right wing. He's just supported by entities that are traditionally right wing because he's not with the common narrative. Like he's always critiquing shit like
Dare I
vaccines or whatever.
Yeah,
whatever,
possibly.
Whatever
yeah. I don't actually watch any of his shit, so I don't really know.
I've seen some of his shit, and I think I've watched his most recent Rogan interview, and he's just like well spoken and convincing and usually compelling enough to be one of these people who could probably talk himself out of a heinous crime. Heinous sounds too much like anus. I don't like it.
Heinous
I just want to say,
I like that word because it sounds like anus.
But we've said it too much today, and now I'm like, yeah.
Did we get Johnny Depp back?
Yeah, Johnny.
Like,
He's
Johnny
Johnny's in the
Depp
clear.
was on the line, and we were about to lose one of our greatest.
No one gave a shit about that.
But-
even if he had been like
No, because the
convicted.
accusations weren't even like crazy serious. I think she was just like, he was rude.
dude,
Okay.
fucking.
'Cause I thought
Sean Penn
if we had a
fucking
cancel culture Johnny
Sean Penn fucking tied up Madonna for 3 days and beat the shit out of her.
And it wasn't just a sex thing.
And he still gets to star in movies. So let's be real here.
I just
folks.
watched.
I just
I just watched the
There's
Marilyn
celebrity-
Manson documentary. Not Marilyn Manson documentary. The Marilyn Manson victim documentary on Max. And she's an actress. She was in Teenager. She was in she was in The Ides of March.
She's actually I actually kind of like her as an actress. She's not bad. I know who you're talking about, but go on.
She talks about like this crazy relationship she had with Manson.
Yeah, it's like a whole book she wrote, right?
I saw the
you didn't read the book?
I saw the Max documentary. But he like tricked her into developing a drug addiction basically, or it's kind of portrayed that way where she like tries to stop using drugs, but he wants her on drugs so that he's more able to manipulate her and shit. And then she like escapes at one point and then comes back. It's just like a crazy. It gets kind of boring at the end. It's a little performative on her part, but I mean she's an actress, so what are you gonna do?
Wait, you're saying
I believe
this is a
true.
documentary?
Yeah,
it's out right now. What's it called?
It's I don't know. It's a 2-part. Marilyn Manson raped me on
Manson
Max.
raped me on Max.
wait. Marilyn Manson raped who?
I forget her name.
Evan Rachel Wood is the name.
That's it.
Wait, she did. She raped another.
Okay,
girl?
listen to this. She was his girlfriend, and then he had her star in a music video for Heart Shaped Glasses. Is the music video. You can watch this on YouTube. Go look up Heart Shaped Glasses by Marilyn Manson on YouTube. He live assaults her on camera. Like they're acting as if they're having sex on camera, and then he straight up just starts having sex with her non-consensually on camera. And there's like the music video is on YouTube. Like you can literally watch this rape occur on YouTube.
She didn't. Oh my gosh.
She didn't consent. Yeah, so she's literally being like assaulted in this music video that's still on YouTube. And then there's also multiple like encounters or like people. I don't know what the term is. I'm forgetting right now. But
This is some
people
brutal
have
shit.
said that
This is a crime
after
that
that,
occurred.
like a lot of the staff on the music video felt uncomfortable, and then they called like somebody reported back to her mom being like, yo, this shit happened. Just some crazy shit. Anyways, it's probably not that fun of a watch.
Well,
I maybe wouldn't watch
No,
it.
like you brought the.
I gave you the darkest, deepest news about
How
it.
long is it? Because I feel
It's
like
it's about 2 hours, 2 parts.
That's not that bad. That's not that bad, I guess. Because I've definitely seen like some much shorter YouTube videos about it. I mean, I think it's valid. The dude seems like a weirdo.
No.
He's probably got
It's 100% valid. There's way too much detail and evidence for it to not be valid.
I think the general consensus, though, is gonna be, yo, don't you know what you're getting into, B, bro? You fucking around with Marilyn Manson. Of course he's gonna be doing some shit with his hands, son.
Yo, but it's easier to let it go and bring that shit to the attention of people in the media. It's uncomfortable. I don't want everybody to be checking in my comforter.
Even though you were seriously assaulted and violated,
Right.
this public is gonna see it a different way because of the way that this dude presents himself. He's
Right.
a fucking monster demon and he's going to hell.
Right, and then you gotta live through the whole thing again and like replay it in your head.
Probably people telling you, bro, you should have known what you was getting into when you went into his home.
Yeah, and then people like Rich are like, why didn't you say something back then in like 1996, you fucking bitch?
Victim blaming Rich.
Wow. Wow. No, I
Yo,
think
Evan Rich-
I think
sorry.
justice shouldn't wait.
Right. There is a part of me that's like, and I understand that it's a very nuanced
It's not-
situation in which
It's not
maybe
the victim's fault. It's
Right,
never
but
the victim's
what
fault.
I'm- there's
It's the
always-
people
there's always
supposed to
something-
get justice for them, which is our government.
there's always something in the back of my mind that's like, why didn't you immediately go to the police?
Because
But yeah, there's obviously something there that prevents them from
No, yeah,
doing
they're,
that.
they're in
There's-
like a terrible situation. They're in shock.
But
They were trying to move on. Like psychologically, you're going through all this shit. It's very difficult to come out and be like, oh, I'm going to address this immediately. If they were that healthy and capable of doing something like that, they wouldn't be in this extremely toxic, destructive relationship. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
and I only say that because I've never experienced that, so I'm ignorant to the
Well,
intricate ins and outs of
yeah,
the
yeah.
emotions involved.
here's
but
the thing. Here's the thing.
What is the thing?
The thing is, people are capable of good and evil, good choices and bad choices,
okay,
and they choose to make good choices and bad choices every day. So you should never be surprised by someone making a bad choice.
No, like you're
And
right.
sometimes bad choices are not recoverable. As soon as you make it, you can't recover from it. It just makes it worse and worse by waiting. So you
I
just
agree
don't
with
want
you,
it.
Richard, that bad choices don't mean that you're a bad person. I do think that there are bad patterns that these people are unable to get out of. Like, I think there's a lot of evidence of Manson doing that shit to like multiple women, like tens of women.
Well, here's the thing: he admits it in books that he's written.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
talks
yeah.
about like.
but you can't trust him because he wants notoriety.
Right, there is this. That's another thing. It's the mud. The waters are muddied because of his public persona.
Yeah.
because we've given him so much credit.
He
and
might
so
go
much
on
attention.
stage and tell the whole audience, "I'm a rapist murderer," and people are like, "Maybe."
He's
What
just
are
doing
the-
that to be edgy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he'll tell about 10 different victims that he also committed, and they're gonna like, where are these people? And it's just things he's made up because he wants his notoriety to be more.
No, but a lot of this shit all is 100% real. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
This shit is
it's
fucking-
it's pretty fucked up.
what
For sure.
the shit is just. How about we change
She's
the
in
subject?
she's in some good movies though. Okay, well maybe I'll talk about some bangers that she's in that maybe people can go check out. Across the Universe. You see your you see your tits in that one.
No, that's a good recommendation.
I remember that's also a PG-13 movie that you see tits in. That's crazy,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
That's
For all the-
fucking crazy.
for all the 12-year-olds listening.
no, because do you remember the scene?
No.
What's his name? The dude. I think his name is Jude.
The dude.
He's painting her, and she's topless.
Oh, titties. Yeah, I remember that.
And it was just in this PG-13 movie.
Such a long movie. I would just skip forward.
it's not
to-
that long.
It's like 3 hours.
You're right. It's 2
The
hours.
dialogue is strung out.
It's a
like
good
everything
movie.
else.
It's a lot of singing.
Yeah, but it's the Beatles. They're the best band of all time.
I'd rather just listen to the album.
Nah, that's a good movie. Come on. She was also in.
Ides of March.
Yes, I didn't see that one though. Charlie Countryman. That's a really good one. She plays like a mobster's young wife. The mobster's played by Mad Mikkelsen.
Oh, I
and
like Mad.
Shia LaBeouf
Whoa.
is trying to get over the death of his mother by traveling to like some foreign country where he meets her and he falls in love with her. She falls in love with him, but she's got this fucking mobster ass boyfriend who wants to kill Charlie Countryman. And also Ron from Harry Potter is there.
It's
a good movie.
I just briefly had a flash to like an indie movie about camping with Steve's life, and it's starring Ryan Gosling.
Yo, Ryan Gosling as Steve? That's a move right there.
That would be something epic.
The Camping with Steve movie starring Ryan Gosling.
And then I'm wondering who would be Crazy Neighbor? Walton Goggins. as crazy neighbor. He'd have to grow a big old beard.
Yeah.
Or maybe Mel Gibson.
That's
No,
pretty good.
no,
Mel
no.
Gibson looks good with
He's
a beard.
I don't remember what
he
Crazy
thinks
Neighbor
he's too
looks
put
like. Is he an
together.
old guy with a beard?
Yeah. He just looks like
he's
a
white?
homeless man. Yeah, a white homeless man with a beard.
I
basically.
saw-
Rick Rubin.
Yeah, but
I
he's
think
not an actor.
Ron Swanson. No, wait.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I
Ron
don't-
Swanson's too built. Crazy Neighbor's a little skinny.
Maybe you could lose some weight for the role.
Hold on, I'm looking this up. Crazy Neighbor, Steve, images. Do we have a photo? Look at this fool.
I want to see this.
So Steve is the one that looks like you with a beard,
Oh,
Richard. And then Crazy Neighbor
He does,
is,
dude. He
yeah.
does.
I know who Crazy Steve is.
No, it's Crazy Neighbor.
Sorry. I know who Crazy Neighbor is
Crazy
next to
Steve.
They're
Steve.
combined.
Gosh. Ron
Ron Swanson could probably play the Crazy Neighbor if he had a long. Is his name Ron Swanson, or is that just the
No,
character
dude.
in Parks and Rec?
Alex is right.
No,
We
his
gotta
name
find
is
someone
Nick,
else.
Nick
Offerman.
Oh yeah, I was gonna-
Jerk Offerman.
jerk off.
But
Wait,
no,
Nick?
Yeah, Nick
the guy who
Offerman.
plays Ron Swanson, Nick Offerman.
Nick? He's a Nick?
Yeah,
Yeah, Nicholas.
He's been shunned.
he's been shunned by you right now. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, no one I like is Nick.
You don't like Nicks?
No, I don't like
You
Nicks.
know a Nick that's you. What about
I know a lot of Nicks. that
What
I
about
like.
Nick Nolte?
I'm just trying to be a dick.
Yeah, you are being a
I'm
dick.
just trying to be a dick to Nick. I'm
Yes.
sick.
I'm sick of the Nicks, of the dicks, and the lick. Okay. That's
No,
okay.
Well,
here's
that's weird.
here's the last thing that I wanted to bring up, and maybe we can wrap up with this.
Okay.
The writer's strike thing is happening.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
You know, we talked about this on the Brie Raw episode. Go listen to that. Where if they don't get the shows cooking right now, we're not going to have TV to watch.
What if
and
we
it's all gonna,
start the Patreon with this?
we start the okay? Let me just finish.
I almost wish that we had started with this.
I know it's just we
We're at
kind of
the-
started riffing on whatever,
I know,
and
man.
We'll,
I hate it.
We'll shift into
Why-
discussing the conversation
All right,
more
all right,
deeply on the Patreon. But Drew Barrymore and Bill Maher both have started shooting their shows again without their original writers who are striking.
Praise the Lord.
Drew Barrymore specifically has her writers or her original writers striking out front of the show while it's being filmed. Like
The
straight up
reason
disrespect. I don't know about details of Bill Maher's show, but I know that Bill Maher is back to shooting, disregarding the fact that the writer's strike is still occurring. And I understand that
Bill Maher is taking it at least a little more respectfully. He's not doing any written segments.
so it's all just off the cuff type shit.
The only thing that is happening now on the show is just the panel discussions. So it's just his guests and him talking. So there's no more monologue at the beginning, and there's like all the stuff that involved writers they're not doing anymore.
Right, but like
one
he's-
could also argue that they should be paying those writers to do those things.
Right, you're like, okay, well, now the writers are still not getting paid.
Yes.
Like where
It's-
the show
So-
goes on without these people.
And there's another thing, because it seems like the general public doesn't give a shit about Bill Maher or Drew Barrymore.
For real.
But it is a slippery slope when these TV personalities that most people don't actually care about or respect start doing it. Who knows? Maybe next week, someone who we actually are like, oh, damn, this guy is actually going to start doing his show
I care
again.
about Drew
Yeah, you
Barrymore.
know what I mean?
We're
Like,
gonna
like if Conan O'Brien, but he doesn't have a show anymore.
What's
but
wrong
if,
with Drew Barrymore? You guys don't care
She's
about her?
irrelevant, is what we're saying.
51st
No, that's
Dates,
not even
she'll
what
be
I'm
a hero
saying.
forever.
Like
not-
nobody watches the show, is what we're saying. Like,
Well, no one that I would respect their opinion watches that show. Really, like I'm sure that show exists for a reason. People fucking watch that
Well,
show.
it's on a channel that people switch to sometimes.
Well, I guarantee you there are fans of the Drew Barrymore show
That
that
seems
watch
insane.
it.
It seems
seems
so
insane, but I'm telling you, man, there's
It
like
exists.
fucking late 30s to 50s women that are probably so into Drew Barrymore, and they love her takes, and they loved 50 First Dates, and it's just
I
this
love
thing.
50 First Dates.
It's a great movie, and
She won my
I
heart.
think Drew Barrymore is an all-star.
Yeah,
she's a great actress.
The Wedding Singer.
Fucking
Oh,
every time.
I love Drew Barrymore movies. She's a great actress. I fuck with Drew Barrymore. At the end of the day, it is a little fucked up what she's doing.
We're going to continue to discuss this on the Patreon. So go to patreon.com/Dome with Bamfomania. It's only $5 to get to the entry-level tier. Just help us out if you enjoy the show, and if you're hearing me say this, it would be weird for you to not subscribe just like for
Please.
1 month. And also like and subscribe on YouTube. Leave a comment. Share this with somebody. Just copy the link. Don't even send it to anybody. Hit copy link, and then, we'll see you on the Patreon.
The marathon continues.